Raise your glass, remember who you are, and join the Brotherhood.
Can be a bitter place, a desert cold and wide, with nowhere for a weary man to run away and hide. But there's a light in Murphy's bar that never will go dim, as long as there's a pint of stout filled right up to the brim. I look around this table at the scars upon your hands, at the men who walked the rocky roads of many distant lands. We fought the wind, we fought the rain, we fought the devil's crew, but I'd go through hell 1,000 times as long as I'm with you. We shared a crust of salty bread, we shared a coin or two, and we've shared the secrets of the heart that only brothers do. Your trouble is me, own me, lad, your burden is me. Wait, and we'll stand together side by side before the pearly gate. So let the storm scream at the glass and let the thunder roll. It cannot touch the steady fire burning in the soul, for gold can melt and iron rust and empires can fall, but the bond between two honest friends is stronger than them all. So let the storm scream at the glass and let the thunder roll. It cannot touch the steady fire burning in the soul, for gold can melt and iron rust and empires can fall, but the bond between two honest friends is stronger than them all. Glass to glass, hey, heart to heart, never shall we fall apart. Oh, here's to the brotherhood, the anchor and the chain, the ones who stand beside you in the glory and the pain, with a whiskey in the hand and a song to lead the way. We're the kings of every midnight and the masters of the day. And when the night is over and the stars begin to fade, we'll walk the road together, boys, and never be afraid. For if I stumble on the path, or if I lose me light, I know a brother's hand will pull me through the darkest night. So raise them one last time, me lads, and let the rafters ring, for the simple joy of friendship is a grand and holy thing. From the cradle to the clover and from the heather to the sea, you're the finest bunch of rascals in the whole of history. I got your back, hey, you got mine, hey, through the years and through the wine, till the end. Who stand beside you in the glory and the pain, with a whiskey in the hand and a song to lead the way. We're the kings of every midnight and the masters of the day. To the lads, hey, to the light, to the life, hey, stronger than the edge of a knife. Was sitting in the corner feeling lonely as a stone, drinking of a bitter ale and chilling on me own. But the barman gave a wink and threw a gadget on the wood. Put 'em on me, boy, he said, and see the neighborhood. I slipped 'em on me nose and felt a shiver in the eye. The ceiling started dancing and the shadows started fly. I looked at the giant bouncer with a face like a brick wall and realized it's Uncle Pat, the kindest of 'em all. The lady by by the window with the purple velvet hat is surely Cousin Mary, or I'll eat me winter mat. The fellow with the fiddle and the very crooked nose is definitely Brother Mick in very fancy clothes. I grabbed a total stranger and I gave him such a hug. It's good to see you, Liam, would you like another mug? He looked at me in terror, then he saw me silly grin and realized that in this bar everyone's a kid. I know you, you know me, one big family. Oh, it's the magic in the glasses, it's the sparkle in the lens, turning every stranger into oldest of the friends. With a brother to the left and a sister to the right, we're the biggest happy family in the middle of the night. The dog beneath the table is me long lost nephew Jim, and I'm sharing all me bacon and me sausages with him. We're dancing on the tables and we're singing to the moon in a wild and hairy version of a happy Irish tune. So if you're feeling lonely or the world is looking grey, just find the magic spectacles and throw the blues away. You'll find 100 cousins and a grandmother or two, and a party that is waiting just for rascals such as you. Is that you? Hey! Is that him? Hey! Everyone is in the swim! Give him a kiss!
As the widow's weeds, the waves were mountain high. The lightning wrote a message on the belly of the sky. The village locked their doors in fear, the fires all were dim. But old man Jack walked to the quay with fire in his limb. He didn't have a coat of wool, he didn't have a hat. He only had a bottle and a soul as black as coal and fat. You think you're tough, you salty beast, he shouted at the foam. I've danced on better waves than you before I headed home. The fiddle started screaming like a seagull in a fight, and Jack began to shuffle in the middle of the light. He did a spin upon the wood, a stomp upon the stone, while the ocean tried to swallow him and break his every bone. The spray was in his whiskers and the salt was in his breath. He was flirting with the devil and he was dancing with his death. But every time a wave came down to sweep him to the deep, he'd jump a dozen feet in air with a wild and rowdy leap. Roll 'em low, roll 'em high, look, the thunder in the eye. The battle raged upon the rocky shore until the wind was breathless and it couldn't scream no more. The waves turned back in silence and the moon began to shine, and Jackie took a final sup of his salty whiskey wine. He bowed towards the horizon and he walked back to the bar, as steady as a compass and as bright as any star. The sea is just a puddle, boys, he whispered with a grin, as long as you've a rhythm and a heart that's gonna win. Heave away, hey, haul away, hey, dance the storm into the jig.
dancing in the middle of the gale. He's the only man in history who tell the storm to fail. With a fiddle and a bottle and a spirit made of iron, he's a fighting with the ocean like a crazy Irish lion. He's a king, he's the wave, wave, the bravest of the brave, wave, the bravest of the brave, wave, the bravest of the Old Barnaby the brew had a recipe for stout, but he left a secret ingredient he shouldn't speak about. He dropped a bit of mountain moss and a splinter from a tree and brewed a barrel of the best in all of history. I took a single swallow and I felt a funny itch. Me chin began to tingle like I'd stumbled in a ditch. Before I hit the bottom of the glass within me hand, I had a beard as long and thick as any in the land. Young Billy was as hairless as a polished marble ball. He couldn't grow a whisker on his face or chin at all. He drank a pint of Barnaby's and gave a happy roar as his beard began to tumble down and sweep the dusty floor. The caddy took a lick of it and turned into a rug. The landlord grew a mustache that could wrap around a mug. We're braiding up the barley and we're combing out the wheat with the hairiest damn party that you'll ever hope to meet. It's in the chin, it's in the soul, losing all the hair control. Oh, it's the beer, the beer that grows the beard. The strangest little miracle that anyone has heard. With a forest on the face and a fire in the eye, we're the hairiest collection in the whole of Ireland's sky. The sergeant tried to fine us for the chaos in the street, but his beard grew so rapidly it wrapped around his feet. He's sitting in the corner now and combing out the knots with 100 other rascals in their hairy little spots. So if you're feeling chilly or you're feeling a bit bare, just go and find the barrel with the magic in the air. You'll have a chin of glory and a mustache like a king, and you'll have a fuzzy rhythm for to make the rafters ring. 1 inch, 2 inches, growing through the winter pain. 1 inch, 2 inches, growing through the hair curtains. Oh, it's the bear, the bear that grows the beard. The strangest little miracle that anyone has heard. With a forest on the face and a fire in the eye, we're the hairiest collection in the whole of Ireland's sky. It's long, it's red, it's long, it's long. The hair is in the head. Oh, yeah. In a cellar dark and dusty back in 1843, a cooper made a barrel out of a haunted rowan tree. He didn't use the iron hoops, he used a silver wire and tempered every splinter in a dread's holy fire. It's been sitting in the corner pouring rivers of the gold since the days the ancient legends and the stories were first told. You can pull the wooden handle till your arm is feeling sore, but you'll never see the bottom of the liquid on the floor. I saw a thirsty sailor drink a gallon at a time. He started doing hornpipes and a double step of crime. The more he took inside him, why the lighter were his feet, until he started dancing on the ceiling in the heat. The froth is like a mountain and the color's like the sun. It's the fuel of every rebel and the spark of every fun. It'll make a beggar feel just like a king upon a throne, with a spirit made of lightning and a heart of Irish stone. Tap the ho! It's the barrel, it's the barrel, it's the barrel with no end. The greatest little helper and the drinker's oldest friend. With the foam upon the whiskers and the fire in the eye, we're gonna drink the bloody ocean and the heavens all a-dry. Hey! The taxman came to count it with a clipboard and a pen, but we locked him in the cellar with the rowdiest of men. He took a single swallow and he threw his books away, and he hasn't stopped his dancing since a Tuesday in the May. So bring your dusty mugs, me boys, and bring your silver cans. We're gonna put a happy end to all the world's plans. As long as there is liquid and a rhythm in the air, we'll be laughing at the devil and we'll be laughing at despair. Pass it round, hey! Drink it down, hey! The drunkest boys in Dublin town. Pour it out. Talk, talk, talk. It's the barrel, it's the barrel, it's the barrel with no end. The greatest little helper and the drinker's oldest friend. With the foam upon the whiskers and the fire in the eye, we're gonna drink the bloody ocean and the heavens all a-dry. Never dry, hey! Never stop, hey! Every single final drop. Young Barney was a lazy man, the laziest in the town. He'd rather spend his mornings lying in the heather down. His fields were full of thistles and his cows were going stray, until he met the tiny man in a jacket green and grey. He shared a drop of whiskey from a bottle in his coat. The little man, he drank it down and cleared his tiny throat. You're a decent lad, the fairy said, that your farm is in a mess, but me and all me brothers, we can help you, I profess. He whistled once, he whistled twice, and through the garden gate came 1,000 tiny workers, and they didn't hesitate. They were riding on the rabbits and they harnessed up the bees. They were pruning all the hedges while they whistled in the breeze. They ploughed the field by moonlight with a magic kind of speed. They planted all the barley and they pulled out every weed. But when the work was finished, they didn't want to rest. They broke into the kitchen for a rowdy fairy fest. The cows are dancing, the sheep are high. There's magic dust in every eye. Oh, Barney's got an army and they're only 6 inches tall. They're the fastest bloody workers that you ever saw at all. With a fiddle and a whistle and a sprinkle of the gold, they're the wildest little rascals that the county can behold. Hey, 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 hey. The neighbors came to visit and they couldn't believe their sight. The pigs were doing polkas in the middle of the light. The chicken sang in harmony, the donkey played the flute, and Barney sat there laughing with a pocket full of loot. So if your work is heavy and your spirit's feeling low, just find a little fairy and a whiskey you can stow. But be careful what you wish for when the magic starts to play, or you'll be dancing on your chimney till the breaking of the day. Work all night, hey, dance all day, hey, that is how the fairies play. Oh, Barney's got an army and they're only 6 inches tall. They're the fastest bloody workers that you ever saw at all. With a fiddle and a whistle and a sprinkle of the gold, they're the wildest little rascals that the county can behold. Hey! Tiny boots, tiny souls, magic sound of our control. Tiny boots,
tiny souls. Magic's out of our control.
He had a shaggy hound, the biggest set of floppy ears in all the country round. But Barnaby was special, he didn't care for balls. He sat beside the drummer's kit inside the tavern walls. One night the band was playing and the rhythm started fail, until we heard a thump 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 from Barnaby's tail. He grabbed a pair of drumsticks and he jumped upon the bin, and played a beat so thunderous it made the rafters spin. Hey! Every paw, he hit the cymbal high, with a look of pure rock and roll inside his canine eye. The crowd began to whistle and the crowd began to roar, as Barnaby did drum rolls right across the sawdust floor. He didn't want a biscuit and he didn't want a bone, he just wanted to be sitting on his rimming wooden throne. He played a polka metal beat that shook the very ground, the greatest four-leg drummer that was ever to be found. Four on the floor, tail on the beat, lift up your paws and move your feet. Oh, he's the drumming dog of Derry and he's got the golden soul. He's the master of the rhythm and the king of rock and roll. With a wag of his tail and a boom, bash, boom, he's the only one who's rocking in the middle of the room. Yo! Now the band is on a journey and the dog is in the lead. He's got a custom drum set for his every rhythmic need. He's got a line of groupies and he's got a silver bowl, and he's the only drummer who has never lost his soul. So if you're in a tavern and the music's feeling flat, just look beneath the table where the shaggy beast is at. Just give him one more Guinness and a rhythmic little tap, and he'll drum you all to glory till the heavens start to crack. Left paw, right paw, tail in the air every single day. Beast mode. Oh, he's the drumming dog of Derry and he's got the golden soul. He's the master of the rhythm and the king of rock and roll. With a wag of his tail and a boom, bash, boom, he's the only one who's rocking in the middle of the room. He's a star, he's the best, put the rhythm to the and stormy sea, with a suitcase made of hide, with nothing but a restless soul and debit Irish pride. I walked the streets of New York town and seen the Sydney sun, but the journey to me father's house is never truly done. The skyline here is made of steel, the air is thick and grey, and I miss the smell of burning peat at the closing of the day. But when I find a wooden door with a clover on the glass, I feel the spirit of the north and watch the shadows pass. We're scattered to the four-way winds like seeds upon the field, but the metal of an Irish heart will never ever yield. We've built the bridges, laid the tracks, and raised the city tall, but the mountains ocean lies between us and the home we long to see. We're the sons of the emerald, and we'll always, always be. Always be. I look around this table now at faces just like mine, and I see the map of Ireland in every silver line. We're brothers of the distance, we're the exiles of the foam, but as long as we are singing, boys, we're halfway back to home. So raise the flag of green and gold, and let the pipes begin to drown the lonely silence and to wash away the sin. For the road is long and weary, but the fire's burning bright in every Irish tavern on a Saturday day night. Across the sea, across the foam, every road leads back to home. There we go, shores of Antrim to the beauty of the West. Though an ocean lies between us and the home we long to see, we're the sons of the